You have done such amazing work over the last few years to get to this point where we celebrate their graduations. Particularly as 2016 has been quite a challenging year for all sorts of reasons, and so this is a particularly special occasion. I've got a few things to say. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. What time do we need to be up the hill?
6-ish.
6-ish.
We'll stop here after 6. I'll give you the 5 minutes card.
No, hopefully I won't go on that long. Obviously, today is all about the graduates. But before I talk about a few people, I'd just like to say a few thank yous and a few welcomes. So, when was it? The middle of 2016, we welcomed Tracy Noel. There she is. Welcome, Tracy. Tracy's our new molecular biologist. So it's very nice to have Tracy here, and I'm sure most of us already know what a cotyledon is. The other person we need to welcome is Busi Gorba. Not yet. Busi joins us as the departmental administrator, and as most of you know, we said goodbye to Mardi at the end of last year. It's been really spectacular having Busi here. It feels like she's been here for 10 years already. She just gets everything done. She's really amazing. So if you haven't met Busi, it's worth saying hello. Speaking of Busi, I'd like to thank her and Rion and all sorts of other people, William, Barry, Jack, Sam, Nosipo, for all their work in getting this function together, as well as making the department run. It's really a pleasure to come to work these days. Everyone's happy. It's really a nice place to be. So thank you very much for all the work you do around the department. Okay, so we're here to acknowledge the graduates. A number of people graduated with their third year in Botany. I don't see any third years, no?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah. But
we think of them as honor students.
You family, you. Okay, and of course the honors students. A number of people are graduating with honors. But then I really wanted to, well, it's pretty much a tradition to say a few words about the people graduating with MSCs and PhDs. But just about all the supervisors are AWOL. So I've got a fair amount of stuff to say about the MSc students with AWOL students, but I thought we'd start with Susie, who could say something about Nozuku's MSc.
Okay, well everybody, Nozuko Nyaza over there, she is a Grahamstown girl and she started her studies in our department, and it's been really amazing to watch her grow as an ecologist and as a scientist and as a person. And I remember last year being at her stalk party to say Mom and Master of Science, and here we are. And I know that your Master's has been a huge amount of hard work. You did an amazing job and I'm hugely proud. And now you have joined those of us who are mothers and scientists, and you know that it can be challenging, but it's also very rewarding, and yeah, we're very proud of you.
Okay, so I've got various bits of stuff from the various far-flung supervisors. Someone who's not here is Luke Bentley. I haven't seen Luke. No? Sorry? Oh, is he? Okay. So, for those who are interested, Luke, his thesis was assessing the potential impact of climate change in the southeastern Great Escarpment of southern Africa. And Luke used various modelling techniques to assess how mountain species will respond to future climate, and his work shows the importance of mountains as refugia for mountain plant taxa. Then our previous colleague Anusha, who's moved now to the University of the Western Cape, Anusha sent me pages and pages of knowing stuff.
And you're being filmed to make sure you deliver it.
Hello, Anusha. So, Uviwe and Kumlile, this is from Anusha. Uviwe and Kumlile found themselves in very unfamiliar settings that sometimes pushed the boundaries of their comfort zones. Both excelled personally and academically, publishing aspects of their honours projects during the time as MSc students. Uviwe, her thesis, the title was Revising the Distribution of Mangrove Forests in South Africa and Changes in Growth of Mangrove Species along a Latitudinal Gradient. Uviwe presented her work at the Western Indian Ocean Marine Science Symposium, a very important conference for the East African region. Her dedication to completing her studies while being a loving mum is admirable, and she's a great role model to her young daughter. Kumlile, I don't recognize that name. The response of microalgal biomass and species composition to the chemical and physical dynamics of two Eastern Cape estuaries. During his MSc, Kumlile won a prize for the best poster at the South African Marine Science Symposium. He has submitted a paper from his MSc and that has been reviewed and provisionally accepted. Kumlile's ability to engage and share his skills with those around him result in him not succeeding alone. Instead, he takes those around him with him. It's been great having you. And to finish off, Anusha says, I'm very sorry to be missing this important moment, but I wish you both all the best with your careers. And I want to say a big thank you to the staff at the Botany for their support during these projects. I think we all miss Anusha.
Yes, we do.
Okay. The next AWOL student supervisor is Brad Ripley, who's 1,800 kilometers away on Marion Island. What?
That's not more than that.
No, I measured it.
Oh, right.
So, two of Brad's students are graduating with MSCs. Claire Adams. Claire. Claire's thesis was entitled Photosynthetic and Growth Responses of C3 and C4 grasses to Short Duration Sunflex and Resultant Consequences for their performance in understory environments. So this is what I got from Brad while he was on the ship. Starting as a flickering light that was induced to blossom at full sun, for the first time showing conclusively that C4 grasses, these are grasses that have special physiology to make them go faster, cannot perform in short duration sunflex, offering an explanation for the low C4 species abundance in understory environments. And then the other person who suffered under Brad's supervision, being rude, is Lavinia Perumal. Her thesis was Browsing as a Demographic Bottleneck in Semi-Arid Savannas, the Effect of Size and Age on Compensatory Responses to Acacia Guru. After simulated herbivory, and Brad writes, Lavinia tackled a thorny issue showing that you need to get them when they are young. Lavinia's work showed just how robust acacia seedlings are, and that despite multiple defoliation, once they have reached a critical age and size, they are almost indestructible. This has important implications for understanding and managing bush encroachment. Well done, Lavinia. And then finally, those of you who went to the graduation this morning would have heard about Mary Cole's PhD. Mary did a PhD with Nigel Barker and Martin Phillips, I think. She is from East London, so she's not here because she's beating the traffic to get back to East London this afternoon. But Mary studied the molecular phylogeny and classification of chondrocyclus, which is a unique South African group of terrestrial snails that are found almost exclusively in forests. And she discovered 9 new species and revealed the historical pattern behind their diversification. So this expands the data available for this biodiversity and conservation of this important group of snails in South African forests. Okay, so that's what I have to say about our postgraduates. To finish off, we have a few prizes to award. Get the envelope here. So the first prize is the B.A. Patterell Memorial Prize, which is awarded to a student who has contributed to the study of ecology and conservation. I'm trying to read and open that envelope at the same time. In the Eastern Cape, and for at least the 4th year in a row, this has gone to a botany student. It's a prize that's open to everyone in all the different departments, and this year the winner is Sarah Raubenheimer. Sarah's work on the growth rate and photosynthetic performance of acacia seedlings under elevated CO2, looking at the ability to withstand herbivory. And this is work she's continuing with for her MSc. Okay, then the next prize is the Lillian Britton Memorial Prize for Botany. And this is for the student with the top mark in Botany 3. And that goes to Gallard Smith, who I don't think it's here, but we'll give him a round of applause. And then finally there's the Shonman Prize for Botany. This is a prize that we give to someone who's made a real contribution to the Department of Botany. So someone who's gone above and beyond the call of duty, if you like, to put the face of the Botany Department out there. And this year we're awarding it to Maurice Anderson. So Maurice has done lots and lots of things for the department without necessarily being asked. He's done some outreach of his own bat. So we're very grateful for being an ambassador for the Botany Department. And then very
Oscar!
I'm finished. I've got no more writing on my lots of pieces of paper, but we're very proud of Aviwe Matawani, who's doing a PhD on Glossopteris. I remember.
And you've got
Which
3
is
minutes to tell us about it.
An extinct plant that's very important for coal formation. But Aviwe is another person who's been flying the Botany Department flag really high. She got through to the finals of the Fame Lab competition through 2 under rounds,
Regional heats.
and so we're very proud of you, and we just wanted to give you a mention.
Thank you.
So that's all I have to say. Thank you very much for coming. Please make sure we finish all the food and all the drinks. And we've got an hour or so to get up the hill.